I do like it. You know what? Sold. I'll take it. What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the vlog. This week we're gonna go ahead and install some motor mounts for the FL5. This will give that K20C1 that extra that, you know, right off the line. So let's get right into it. Let's open the box. All right, so I'll just move this out of the way. Okay, so I already popped the staples off. So I'm assuming this has got to be the rear lower motor mount. Very nice, guys. Hopefully the camera like focuses in. Transmission motor mount. Spin right on it. Doesn't feel too heavy. Ta-da! This one, they kind of clear coated it. It's much more shinier. And of course, spoon. Okay, let's get right into this install, you guys. Should be pretty easy. All right, so I just want to add on a key note, you guys, before we, because I already completed the install, but just letting you guys know ahead right now. Before you can do the install, you will need an actual floor jack, because once you remove the bolt, the engine moves quite a bit, and it's a lifesaver. And you need a block of wood so you don't damage the transmission or your oil pan. That's one thing. Two, you have to have patience. If you don't have patience, it's going to be a nightmare for you guys. There's a lot of components that you got to remove on the transmission side, especially just to get, it's one little metal bracket that holds everything, but it's in the way of the actual mount itself to get the bolts out. A lot of 10 mils, a lot of 12s. Just letting you guys know just before you guys start the install, it's actually quite easy. You just got to have a lot of patience. So we're going to go ahead and remove the easy one first, 17 and a 19. And we'll take out the hashport one, and then we'll put the spoon one in. There we go. There we go. So we're gonna put the spoon one back in. So what I'm gonna do, because it really does, this is probably sticking out the most, and then we're gonna put the spoon facing down like this. So I'm assuming that's probably the best way. And then this one, you try the best you can by feel, because we're not taking the front pipe down yet. So just torque it by hand. All right, she's all done. And it looks amazing. For the next one, I'm gonna go ahead and do the transmission one, because it is actually the most tedious one. You gotta remove a whole bunch of stuff just to get to it. So that's what I'm gonna do first. So before we do that, you should brace the transmission with a block of wood or wherever, so that you don't crush it. And then after, when we do the other side, we're gonna do the oil pan side. All right, so I took the battery out, the air box out, and now we're gonna have to move the ECU out of the way, because there's one bolt that's holding this bracket in to get to the bolt that's holding the motor mount on. So let's get right to that. We're probably almost better off just removing the whole thing, but I kind of don't want to. It's so close. Okay, there you go. So it's this bracket that's pretty much in the way, literally. The only thing that you have to remember is there's a green clip that holds the ECU harness, or sorry, a blue clip. Just unclip it. That's the only thing that's holding it in after you remove all the 10 mils. Yeah, now we can get to it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna remove all these 17s first. 1, 2, 3, 4, and then another 10 mil for the ground, and then the 12 mil here. And then we should separate this first, and then we can get access to the other mount, the spoon one that we're gonna replace right this one. And I think those are, yeah, 17s also. Three of them should be. Right. Should do. this one should be able to swing now. Definitely harder than anticipated, you guys. There we go. Wow. Ooh. There we go. Technically, we didn't even have to take this out, but just to get the other one out, we had to take this one out. Hard. So there we go, guys. They came out, and as you can see, it's a little different in color-wise. Spoon stamping. Weight just feels pretty much the same. And that's it. I'm just going to go ahead and put this back together, you guys. The reason why we're doing this is it's supposed to be, the spoon bushings are supposed to be at least 20% stiffer, so they'll give you the engine, you know, that quick response. There's no more twisting, or better feedback is what we're gonna get out of this. This is actually the hard part. That's it, and then hopefully the motor lines back up properly, because I know it shifted. So, okay, let's put it back together. Hopefully I don't drop it and break anything. The struggles, eh? Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. Okay. Okay, I want to start putting the bolts back together. Be right back, guys. You know, because engine moved, you should just put everything on loosely. That way you can move everything around. Oh, what a pain. Whew. Okay, all right, guys. So I finally, it took me a while to get it all in, but I finally got it all in. The last one you'd want to do is the 12 mil connecting the two motor mounts together. I would, like I said, I had to kind of line it all up with each individual bolt so they don't cross thread. Once I got that, then I managed to line up the last 12 mil. And now I'm going to start buttoning up everything, and then we should be good. And yes, you guys, I do have the torque specs. So the 4 on the engine is 55, and the ones on the sidewall is 75. 1, 2, 3. All right, guys, no word of a lie. We're almost all done. The tedious part is just remembering everything, where all the nuts and bolts go. It is pretty much a straightforward, as long as you brace the transmission side, because it moves quite a bit. So just it's much easier to line it all up. So hopefully it's a lot easier on the passenger side. So let's go ahead and install this beautiful motor mount. So we're just going to have to loosen these bolts here so that we can remove the reservoir to a different location to access the bolts. So now we have access to all of it now. Okay, just going to move it over just a little bit. Give it a little bit more wiggle room. Okay, and then we're gonna go and move this bracket first here. Beautiful hardware. And they are different sizes, so don't mix them up. 2 different lengths, so don't mix them up. Okay, this can come out now. Okay, and then we're gonna remove the 2 bolts and 1 nut. Okay. These are identical. Okay, so now we're gonna move the very bottom 2. You gotta get a pretty big extension, and they're 2/17s holding it on right now. So that's pretty much it. Okay. There's 1. There we go. There we go. It's just the motor holding it in because it moved a little bit. There you go, guys. It's actually pretty easy. It just said I was just trying to be gentle on it. Yeah. Okay, so if you guys are just wondering, this one feels, it is actually heavier, but they look identical. Just that this one is, see, it's just more the way it's coated. It actually looks nicer. It's just more raw look. See, so this has like a more of a raw look, the factory one, and but it looks identical. Yeah. Let's go. Okay, guys. So bracing the engine is key, but just make sure you don't crack the or break the oil pan. But it is key to lining this up because it was kind of out of whack, so I had to move the jack back up. I thought I got the 2 bolts in and it was done, but no. So yeah, it's key, you guys. Okay, so that's all lined up. I'm gonna go ahead and start torquing them down. So the 2 on the very bottom, or everything is 41, except these 3 up top here. Now the reservoir goes back in. Okay, and then we got the bracket. Leave that loosely there so that we can have access to this 15 mil. Now we can go ahead and put these ones back in. Just like that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and tighten those down. And this one, 41 again. Last but not least, we're gonna tighten these down and torque it down to 74 foot-pounds. All right, so that's pretty much it for this week's vlog. Hopefully that helps you guys choose the right motor mounts for your FL5 and make the installation a lot easier. I will be doing an updated vlog once the weather warms up or spring comes around. We'll do like how much vibrations in the cabin, how much engine feedback from the spoon motor mounts. That 20% should be a noticeable difference. Hopefully it's not too harsh and it's bearable. So I think 20% is still doable, you guys. So I'll let you guys know when that vlog comes. That's pretty much it. So don't forget to smash the subscribe button if this vlog helps you guys in any way. Hopefully it does help you choose. Yeah, the engine mount actually looks pretty nice. At first, when I was looking at it in pictures, they look pretty much identical, but in person, the spoon motor mount does look a lot different. And hopefully the bushing, or whatever you call this, the rubber piece inside here is a lot, well, not a lot stiffer, but more stiffer. So that's pretty much it. We'll catch you guys in the next one, and we'll see you guys later. See ya.